Hi and welcome to T10 Info TV SK channel. My name is Syed and here I am with the most important news for Thursday evening May 4, 2023. Indian budget airline Go First has cancelled all of its flights for the next 3 days after filing for bankruptcy protection. The courier says a full refund will be issued to affected customers. It is the first major airline in the country to file for bankruptcy since Jet Airways went bust in 2019. Go First blamed US engine maker Pratt and Whitney for having to ground many of its planes when it says caused a severe cash flow problem. The company had to take this step due to the ever increasing number of failing engines supplied by Pratt and Whitney. Go First Airlines said that the problem forced it to ground 25 aircraft, about half of its fleet of Airbus A320 neo planes, cost about 108 billion rupees lost revenue and expense. The airline also accused Pratt and Whitney of not following an order by an emergency arbitrator which included supplying at least 10 serviceable spare leased engine by 27 April 2023. Saudi Arabia Energy Minister has warned against the illegal use of petroleum products and getting electricity in an illegal way. The ministry has also clarified the penalties that would be imposed over the violators if they violated the kingdom's law of trade in petroleum product. The punishment includes a financial penalty that reaches to up to 2 times of the petroleum material value of the international price. This will be alongside cancelling the permits in addition to cutting the supply contracts to a period of reaching to 3 years. The ministry has called on everyone to obtain the necessary legal permits to use the petroleum product and energy generation through them. Sustainable aviation fuel key to net zero future for global aviation industry. The last 2 years has seen increase in air travel, and while the growth trend provides a welcome boost for the aviation industry, the increase in air traffic places a greater burden on the environment. To explore solutions that go beyond carbon offsetting, Shashank Nigam, founder and CEO Simplifying, gathered a panel of experts on the global stage at the Arabian Travel Market ATM 2023 in Dubai on Wednesday to discuss the action required to future-proof the air travel industry. The engaging panel included Brian Moran, Vice President Global Sustainable Policy and Partnership Boeing, Ueni Moynihan, Chief Corporate and ECG Officer at Wizz Air, and Devereaux, CEO of Carbon Click, with each sharing their take on the strategies and challenges of flying net zero. Magnitude 5.6 earthquake strikes Hindu Kush region in Afghanistan. A magnitude 5.6 earthquake struck the Hindu Kush region in Afghanistan on Wednesday, EMSC said. According to EMSC, the earthquake was at a depth of 188 km, which is 116.81 miles. Russian couple arrested for killing baby daughter mincing her body in meat grinder. A Russian couple has been arrested for chopping their 8-month-old daughter into pieces and mincing her body parts using a meat grinder, the Daily Mail reported on Tuesday. The child died when the father, Yakov Mayboroda, hit her while attempting to strike the mother, Anastasia, said, citing Russian police source. After realizing the baby had died, the couple decided to dismember the body and call the police, claiming their daughter had been kidnapped. However, when the police arrived at their home in the city of Rostov-on-Don in southern region, they arrested the couple on suspicion of murder. Police officers searched the apartment and found a meat grinder, a knife with trace of blood, as well as 13 bags of human remains, the Daily Mail said, citing Russian news agency Baza Media. Saudi Arabia recommends vaccination ahead of Hajj season. The Saudi Health Ministry issued a reminder to those planning to perform Hajj this year to take necessary and required vaccination. The ministry said in a post on its Twitter account on Tuesday evening that appointment for the vaccination should be booked via the Sehati application in order to ensure safe and healthy Hajj season. In April, the Ministry of Hajj and Umrah had said receiving the required vaccination is essential to getting a permit for Hajj. It is also added that permit of this year Hajj season will be issued starting 15 Shawwal or on Friday, May 5. Some of the required vaccine listed below. All should be taken at least 10 days before Hajj. Some vaccine required for those coming from outside Saudi Arabia include the yellow fever and poliovirus vaccination. Hajj, the annual pilgrim to the holy city of Mecca in Saudi Arabia, is expected to begin on June 26. Saudi budget airline flight deal reveals plan for rapid expansion, new global routes. Arabia's budget carrier fly deal is on turning point of a major expansion with more than a dozen new routes to be added to its roster, its CEO told Al Arabiya English on Tuesday. Currently, Flydeal is the second largest airline domestically in Saudi Arabia. Today, they have 6 destinations in Flydeal network, and they are starting 11 new destinations in summer and another 5 or 6 destinations before the end of the year. So it's a big step up into the international market or this year. New routes details on your screen. They also said later in the year the airline will be looking at another GCC routes as well as routes to Pakistan and India. Footballer star Messi suspended by PSG after trip to Saudi Arabia. Lionel Messi club team has suspended the Argentinian superstar for an unauthorized trip to Saudi Arabia, sports outlet ESPN reported on Tuesday. Messi was previously named Saudi Arabia's tourism ambassador and was in the kingdom this week. ESPN reported that Messi will not train or play with the first team and will not be paid during his suspension because of his travel. Paris Saint-Germain's coach reportedly told the team they could have Monday and Tuesday off if they won their league game on Sunday. His contract is set to expire after this season, with PSG trying to lock down an extension for Messi. Barcelona and Saudi team Al Hilal have been rumored to be looking to sign the superstar. Similar to the European Schengen discussion to issue a unified Gulf visa for tourists, European Schengen visa that would allow tourists to visit all member states on a single visa. The website Hotelier Middle East quoted a number of officials in the tourism authority and ministries in the Gulf during their participation in the Arab travel market in Dubai, which will continue until tomorrow, Thursday, that there is an intention to issue a unified tourist visa for the countries of the Gulf Cooperation Council. According to the report, the FIFA World Cup, which was held in Qatar at the end of last year, was a successful test for joint cooperation between the Gulf countries, which opened discussion about similar, more sustainable travel policies that allow tourists to move freely between the Gulf countries. Pakistan politics. Pakistan government Imran Khan's party agreed to hold general election. Pakistan's coalition government and former Prime Minister Imran Khan's party made big progress after they agreed to hold general election in the entire country on the same day, but still differed on the date of the polls. The decision was taken in overnight to end a deadlock over the time of provincial and federal election, an issue that has rocked the country's political for months. The talks were being held in the backdrop of the controversy with Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf seeking early polls, particularly in Punjab and Khyber Pakhtoon, where assembly were dissolved in January, and the government maintaining that provincial and federal election across the country be held on the same day in October. The third and key round of talk between the coalition government and PTI began on Tuesday night to discuss proposal for holding election on the same day in the country. There was no longer any confusion about whether there should be a separate election in one or two provinces, and the two sides have agreed that holding elections in the country on the same day was for the betterment, Ishkardar was quoted on saying by the Dwan newspaper. That's it for today in News Bulletin. Give me permission to go back and bring latest and important world news exclusive on T10 Info TV. Subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for latest and further updates.